Welcome to Epic Elite Thrill of the Hunt. I just noticed that there are these dead bodies around the entrance. There's one there, and there, and there. Pretty morbid. I never noticed that before. Probably only done this quest about 8 or 9 times since it's come out, so I'm definitely not an expert at it. The reason I chose this quest is because it has one of the toughest uh, quest bosses in the game. He's a Shardarkai, chain whipping Shardarkai, and he hits like a truck. So I actually tried to go toe to toe with him before, several months ago, and he killed me. And but I was trying to be conservative with the mana. I shouldn't have. I should have just gone all out. So I think I can do it. We'll see. Before when I tried it though, I was capped and I had my 30-60 heavy Shadow Dragon scale armor, and so now right now I'm only level 27. So, but one of the major differences besides that is that when I tried it before, it was prior to the armor up changes. So I have much bigger PRR now. I'm up to 200 PRR, and I'm hoping that will, because it was closed before, so I'm thinking that's going to shift the scales a little bit. So let's talk about gearing. One significant change for level 27 is I do have the Epic Glimpse of the Soul right now. This is a beautiful item for this build. It's got the 2 slots, which I have slotted up with Charisma 2 and Strength 2. I wanted to go with something that wasn't level 28 augments, because if I did that, then the item becomes 28. I want to be able to wear this at 27, so I kept lower level augments in those slots. And the Insightful Charisma helps out with not only your charisma skills like Diplomacy and Haggle and Intimidate, which is important for the build, but Charisma also affects your Energy Burst DC. And I got the Flawless Blue Dragon armor still. I'll be wearing this till next level. Now, if you are newer, this is not tough armor to get. Scales are pretty cheap on the auction house right now, but you can even farm them out of Giant Hold Tour. You get guaranteed 1 scale when you fight the Blue Dragon on normal, guaranteed 2. I think it's guaranteed 2 on hard, and then guaranteed 3 on Epic Elite. He's pretty tough on Epic Elite though. And then you will need a few commendations of heroism, which you can get out of the Caught in the Web raid, but a much better place to farm those is from the Epic Giant Hold raid Fall of Truth, because you are guaranteed to get hero commendations of heroism out of that raid versus Caught in the Web. You have a there's not nearly as good of a chance, and it's not guaranteed. So got the Conop bracers going on here. Oh, also want to emphasize that the illusion save and the enchantment save +6, those do stack. So if you have, like, your resistance item, this does stack, and it's counterintuitive because it says resistance bonus, but it's confirmed by the developers, and I'm paraphrasing their explanation, but basically because this was specific to the illusion school and enchantment school, that's why it would stack. What's also very nice about the Epic Glimpse of the Soul is the Intercession Ward. So when you're doing your Epic Necro 4 quests and the Epic Necro 4 raid, the quells in there won't be able to stop you from spell casting like they otherwise would. So got the Epic Elite Ring of Shadows. Beautiful, beautiful item slotted with Globe of True Imperial Blood that gives +1 exceptional bonus to all ability scores. Really nice augment. Halcyon boots, this is the same as last level. Got that slotted up with Insightful Con 2 and Topaz of Feather Falling. Gauntlets of Immortality is the same as last level. Got a Diamond of Spellcraft 15 and Greater Evocation in there. Diamond of Intimidate, and the Guardian's Ring has Strength 8 as well. This is the level 27 version, so this is new for this level. I was using the level 19 version before, so the difference is this has Strength 8 on it. The level 19 version had a yellow slot and Sheltering 24. Not that much of a difference between a level 19 and 27 version. You'd think maybe there'd be an extra slot or something. In any event, this is a beautiful item, But I only wear this for one level now. It used to be an endgame piece of gear for me until they came out with the Doomethorn's bracers, and those have sheltering, I think, 30 on them. And that is just an incredible item that I'll be going over next level. This is also new for this level. This is just Con 10 and False Life 50. On the belt, Cloak of Flames is exactly the same as before. So is the Planar Focus of Prowess +3 Con. That's a set bonus I'll be using, and this is the final level I'll be using it. I'll be switching up quite a few pieces of gear for endgame. Epic Torque, that'll stay on right through endgame. And the Green Steel Mineral 2 +45 hit point helm. The shield and the weapon are the same. The Madstone Age is slotted with Natural Armor 7. And the Agony Knife in the Dark. Also picked up some spell point pots. I was missing these last level. I should have had these right at level 25. Actually, I had some weaker ones starting at level 19. You can get the +20s. These are +25, minimum level 25. You get them from the House of Wizardry in House P. There may be some other places that you can get them. In any event, that's where you can buy them for plat. That's one place you can get them from. And this is a nice +25 alchemical bonus to your cold spell power last 3 minutes. Highly recommend getting those. The Deathek Runestone has +20 to universal spell power, +20 alchemical bonus. So that it doesn't stack. So if you use these, once you had that item, you're only getting an additional +5. So I don't bother with these once I get to 28, but great for epic leveling. Want to go over a little bit what the skills look like. I haven't really talked about skills much during these videos, but just want to show you what they're up to. Diplomacy 63, that can be pretty handy situationally. Heals up to 88. Intimidate right now is 83. That'll be over 100 by the time I get to endgame. Spellcraft 66. And UMD 46, and that's all without Greater Heroism, so Greater Heroism adding +4 to all of those. Alright, let's see what kind of damage we can do here. You can watch me fumble around a little bit because I haven't even run this quest probably in about 3 or 4 months. More dead bodies. They deserve to die. Not the bodies, but the people who did this to them. Of course, maybe the bodies are the bad guys. Who knows? So take note, I am standing right in the chain of the Sharder Kai. We are okay. Some people will panic when they see those. Not to worry. In fact, I'm just going to stand here for a moment to let you see what that looks like. Here's an Epic Elite Sharder Kai. No big deal. No big deal at all. Okay, and so here's another point where some people who do Druid, when they want to talk about their high 60s, it is 70 Earthquake DCs. And they can no-fail Sharder Kai Assassins. Well, I don't really care about Sharder Kai Assassins. It's not a big deal if my Earthquake doesn't bring them down 100% of the time. And the thing is that I've tried to emphasize is that you've got plenty of other spells that have no save whatsoever. And so your Ice Storm, your Sleet Storm, your Storm of Vengeance, and your Earthquake, when you pile all those things on, you're going to slow Sharder Kai Assassins down to a crawl. So if one of your spells doesn't work against a mob, don't panic. You've got plenty of other resources to use as a Druid. Look at this. I've been standing in this guy's chain for a minute. I'm still at over 50% health. So let's just throw that whole thing down that I just talked about. Okay, and my earthquake DC is pretty low right now. It's, well, it's not. I shouldn't say it. It's 50. See, he didn't even know what time it was. He was just fumbling around, like swinging at hailstones, you know? So my point is with that is that I really do feel like trying to get your earthquake DC up to like in this, you know, mid 60s or 70s, I really feel like that's not a good place to spend your resources. You can spend those resources elsewhere in survivability or you know, whatever. You know, there's other things you can do. You know, you try to get your DC up to 65 or 70. You can spend those. You can what you're ended up doing is you're spending all those resources for just like a marginal gain. They're not very scary when they're standing in a hurricane. Plus, with all the defensiveness built into this build, and I feel like any Druid build should have this now. I mean, with the armor up changes, I mean, for one feat to get all those extra bonuses, why not? You know, you're not an arcane. You don't have arcane spell failure. It doesn't cost any more to buy the heavy armor that does versus the medium armor. And you get so much out of it. So here we're looking at a cluttered table. One of them is going to have a key. Let's see if we can get a big shitstorm going here. See what happens. Hey, you discover a key. Well, we don't need to go into this other room, but I'm going to do it anyways. For maximum Shardar-kai. Alright, so let's see how many Shardar-kais we can get going here in this ridiculousness. I see at least 3. See? So they're hitting me a little bit. That's okay. Easily heal through it with Renewal and Cocoon. No problem. Shardar-kai Assassins, not as scary as you thought. When they first came out, though, they were like, oh my god! It's a Shardar-kai Assassin, everybody run! Now, for me, I would much rather be able to stare him in the eye, and just laugh at him than try to spend all those resources to try to get a 70 Earthquake DC so that I can bring him down 100% of the time. And here's the other thing that's important about Earthquake, too. It's not an all or nothing spell. It's not like Mass Hold Monster, for example, where if you fail it, that's it. You failed it, and the mob moves around freely. Earthquake ticks has that knockdown effect like every couple of seconds. So if you fail it once, oops, I forgot the key. You know, they could excuse me, if the mob makes their save the first time, they could fail it the next time. It's not okay. It's okay if they don't fall 100% of the time. And I'm not saying that you should just blow off your Earthquake DC. You know, I do recommend getting, you know, at about 50 should be your goal, your minimum goal for Epic Elites. mindset of having really high DCs just comes from, you know, the years that we played our arcanes and you know, and the divines that had, you know, DC based spells. You know, we needed to get our DCs up really high, but a Druid's a little bit different, and that's, you know, it's one of the points that I've emphasized with Druid in this build is that they play differently. Druids play differently than arcanes and divine, and if you come in with that arcane, that old school arcane divine mindset and think you're going to play a Druid that way, you're not going to be happy with Druid. You're going to go, oh, my Sork's better after 5 levels, you know. And it's just not. You gotta realize that they play differently, and you gotta give them a chance. But that's okay. You know, if you don't like Druid, that's fine too. Druid is not for everybody, and I've told that to people too. You know, I'm not at all interested in playing melees. You know, and there are some even casters that I don't particularly care for. I don't like wizards, and that's just my playstyle. Don't be offended if you like wizards. I'm not disparaging you. Hey, here's a shitstorm. And the thing is, shitstorms are really this build's specialty. That's what I should have named this build back in the day. You know, I was thinking about giving it a name, but I didn't. And I was thinking about names like, you know, the hurricane or the natural disaster. But I should have called it the Shitstorm. Gingerspyce's Shitstorm. If I could go back in time. I'm just seeing if we can kite a bunch of mobs here, just for fun. Alright, orange DA, I guess that's enough. You know, and you come in here at level 28 and you got your DR 30 armor. Come on now. You're taking even less damage. Like, all I got is DR 5 right now. For DR. Obviously, lots of PRRs going on. Alright, I think the end fight's right there, but I might need like a key or something. It's been a while. Door is locked. Red DA, come on. Ooh, that was a little close. I haven't casted any spells on the Shredderkai Assassins other than AoEs. I just hit that guy with a couple SLAs, but I haven't even been hitting them with Greater Creeping Cold. I don't think I've cast a Greater Creeping Cold in this quest so far since maybe I threw one that first fight. I have no idea where this key is. If it's in a vase or a desk, I don't even know. Hello, Mr. Red Name. Hey, there's the key. Alright, now we need shrineage. There's one. It must be through that door. Yep. Cool. Let's do the Yugo pot and the Essence of Despair just for good measure. Is it here? Yep. Alright. I never even bother with the optional trying to save the dude at the end because this guy's just insane. I'm sure there's a way to do it to get the extra chest, but I don't care. Get ready for the shitstorm. Want to have some kind of regenerative healing spell on you at all times in this fight. Ooh, that was close. I'm feeling like there's a delay in my heals too, which is a little bit scary. Halfway there. Gotta be diligent with the healing with this guy, that's for damn sure. I'm keeping my eye on my red bar more than anything. That was awesome. That was tons of fun to go toe to toe with that guy through the whole fight. Had to drink a few pots, but I really wanted to see if this build could do it now with the armor up changes, and there is the answer. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions about my videos, you can respond on YouTube. If you have questions about the build, you can respond on the DDO forums. And if you happen to be on Sarlona, you are welcome to send me a tell.